So you talked about how with that Anchorman Legend of Ron Burgundy example, where the agent and LLMs in general, they know what they know from data that they've been trained on. And so you argue in your book that hallucinations are usually gaps in what you call canon, so the body of information that an AI system accepts as authoritative truth, not flaws in the model. So the AI is only improvising, this is a quote from your book, because we failed to give it the right script. And that's an important reframe. How do you get engineering teams to stop blaming the model and start treating hallucinations as a data curation problem?
With hallucinations, it's often, like you said, this categorical error that we see over and over from AI engineers, where if the model hallucinates, they just assume that the model messed up, when it's most often for the model to hallucinate when it didn't have any good reference. If you tell the model, like, I live on the 3rd floor, what floor do I live on? It doesn't say you live on the 2nd floor. But if you haven't mentioned what floor you live on at all, and you haven't given any of that context, and then you ask it, it might make something up, or it might try to infer from information that's somewhat unrelated. And so when you look at a hallucination, with modern models at least, like in 2026 models, what that indicates is actually we didn't provide any good context about that question, about that task. And the fact that it hallucinated is actually throwing up a flag to say, we're missing critical context here, which means we either don't have that context at all, or we failed the retrieval entirely, saying that was out there, but we just didn't go out there and grab the right one.
It kind of reminds me how earlier when you were talking about Zillow offers and the world changes, so the model that was trained is no longer relevant to the world that we're in. It kind of seems like something similar can happen here with context, where you could be, say, you're an HR manager and you're like, sweet, we're going to get this agent set up so that it can handle all the common questions that I have to deal with every day. I get dozens of emails every day on simple HR questions that people could be looking up in a guide. So let me throw all of the HR PDFs that I can find, all the guides that we have, I'll just throw that all in as context. But within that context, there could be conflicting information. Like, maybe you've thrown in an HR guide from this year as well as one from 2 years ago, and a policy has changed over that time in some significant way. It's now the inverse of what it was 2 years ago. But, maybe this document didn't have a date on it. And so the AI model, it might pull out that information from 2 years ago and confidently give an answer that is the opposite of what's true today. And so you guys in your book, you talk about you suggest a new role type in the organization that I had never come across before, I guess because you guys invented it, which is a role called canon manager. And so this canon manager is making sure that the context that AI agents are working with, or LLMs, I guess in general, are working with in an organization are correct.
Yeah, the canon managers in general, like we came up with this term, but there are many, many different titles for it across the industry. And every organization has just kind of sprinkled their own. And so it's like, well, we'll just consolidate them into one single title of canon manager, the person who is in charge of what is true, not because it can't change, not because that document can't change, but whatever you tell Burgundy is true is true. He will read the prompter. He'll read the teleprompter. So
technically not Ron Burgundy though, is it? Is it Ron Burgundy in it that does that? No, it's another character, right?
Well, I think someone pranks him, putting it on the teleprompter, and then he incorrectly reads it.
Oh, so it is Ron Burgundy that does it. Yeah. Somehow I was thinking, it's been probably 20 years since I watched that movie. I was thinking it was the I Love Lamp guy that would read whatever. My bad.
I would say that the anti-pattern of a canon manager, so to describe what it's not before to describe what it is let's say there's critical context for an agent to behave correctly. And I would say that the most common mistake that we see is that it's put somewhere in GitHub in a repo saying, hey, you should follow these exact instructions that are within this repo, and you will do what this engineer has placed there. And then if it goes wrong, that GitHub repository is not very public within the company. It's not very public to, say, the product managers or others who are responsible for its performance. And if they want to update and change it, it's up to the engineer. So some would say, hey, it's up to the engineer to make sure that this context, that this canon is correct and up to date. But we argue, no, they are not the subject matter expert. They're not the one who knows the most about it. And actually, you have to extract that context out from the deep recesses of some GitHub repository and move it over and put it in front of the subject matter experts that actually know the most about it, and provide them the tools to minimize that friction and proactively identify those conflicts so that they are accountable and responsible, and they feel that they are the ones to make sure that this agent or this workflow performs the way that it should.
Yeah. So it boils down to, how do you make it really easy for anyone at the company, people in HR, people in leadership, people in engineering, no matter what your role is, how do you make it really easy for them to publish and maintain and update knowledge that is accessible by agents that are answering questions for other people across the company? And it's hard. It's hard to make that experience easy for people, to make it accessible, powerful, and accurate.
And for us, it's been so easy for, the olden days where it's like, hey, use the company wiki, and no one uses the company wiki, right? It just doesn't work. And it's this new world where actually, if we had a super well-functioning company wiki, we could do a million things today that we otherwise couldn't. And so the responsibility for it dials up so much. The impact, that accountability. And for us, probably the biggest unlock for our company and many others that we've worked with is AI tools to minimize the friction to contribute to these wikis. And so it's like, oh, here's a conflict. AI can recommend how to consolidate that conflict and recommend changes so that they can accept a diff, or they can adjust the wording in one little place. And so minimizing that friction in this new world, we found is absolutely critical.